ill. Designer on me, this they new Chanel.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They're on 24-yard line.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
And they'll try to run the option here. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Bears first down.
From the gun, it's McDonald. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now left side on the swing pass, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Gun, McDonald buying time to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
But many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Give to Cook out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's second down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them. And now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. To throw is Cousins. Smith catches left side. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Smith Jr.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
3-yard loss.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
For the Viking field goal, a 41-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
For Darrell Patterson on the return, the Bears take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control a game with his running.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Jackson brought him down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Brings up second and 12 at the 24-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second and 12, Cousins. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will be brought down with a first and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On first and 10, McDonald gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's the option. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
At the 41. A gain of 15. First down, Bears.
Operating from the gun, McDonald. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And the throwing on first down. McDonald, and he completes it to Cohen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll run the option left. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
He was brought down at the 26.
From the gun, McDonald and Robinson with a big catch. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, McDonald toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Allen Robinson. Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Here's the option going right. And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defense holds here on the final play of the half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports. Like their position, they've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Working out of the gun. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
At their own 11-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And it's 3rd down.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And able to find Graham, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Chicago.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Back at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, McDonald. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Well, a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's McDonald to throw. That is caught by Cohen. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the gun on 3rd down. McDonald under pressure, and down he goes. And second back at the 36. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 1st down, McDonald, and he finds his tight end, Graham.
McDonald's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, McDonald escaping, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets gets the sack.
Third down.
On third down, McDonald. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. The rookie Jeff Gladney picks it, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he stopped immediately there.
Cook, the ball carrier.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
4 brings up third and 6.
Here's Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And here they will spin. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Anderson on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw on second down, McDonald. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The Bears on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
A gain of 9 on the play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Down, Chicago.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. McDonald quickly into the hands of Robinson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, McDonald. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. McDonald. That's caught by Montgomery. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and...
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald flush to his right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So defensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there.
No good. That keeps the score spiking.
Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.